They say no man can escape death. At first, the villagers thought he was protecting the kingdom from evil spirits. But with time, they discovered the horrifying truth. Their king was not fighting death anymore. He was feeding it. Long ago, the kingdom of Umoji was one of the richest lands in all of Ola Igbo. The markets were always full, drums echoed during festivals, and the people respected their ruler, King Madukwi. Madukwi was once a proud and respected king. Strong warriors protected his palace, and neighboring villages feared his power. But as the years passed, the king became obsessed with one thing: death. Every gray hair frightened him. Every sickness in the village reminded him that one day, even kings would die. He stopped attending burial ceremonies and refused to allow anyone mention death in his presence. Then one evening during a heavy rainfall, a blind dibia arrived at the palace. The old man's body was covered in white chalk, and strange cowries hung from his staff. The palace guards tried to stop him, but the dibia spoke loudly. "I have come because death walks toward this palace." Fear immediately entered the king's heart. Madukwi ordered everyone to leave and spoke to the dibia privately. "Tell me how to escape death," the king demanded desperately. The old dibia remained silent before finally speaking. "There may be a way, but the spirits demand a terrible price." The king leaned forward. "I will pay anything." The dibia lowered his voice. "To extend your life, souls must be offered to the spirits." At first, the king hesitated. But fear slowly destroyed his conscience. A few days later, a prisoner disappeared from the royal dungeon. The palace announced he had escaped, but secretly, the man had been sacrificed deep inside the sacred forest. Weeks passed, and the king remained healthy and strong. Soon, more people began disappearing. Travelers vanished on lonely roads. Prisoners disappeared at night. Strangers who entered the kingdom were never seen again. And each time someone disappeared, the king appeared younger and stronger. Fear spread across Umoji. Villagers stopped traveling after sunset. Women prayed before entering the forest paths. Even warriors feared the strange darkness surrounding the palace. But no one dared challenge the king openly. One night, the elders gathered secretly. "This cannot continue," an elder named Nanenyayo warned. "The kingdom is drowning in fear." Another elder sighed deeply. "The king fears death more than he loves his people." Meanwhile, the sacrifices continued. But soon, strange nightmares began tormenting King Madukwi. Every night, he saw shadowy figures standing beside his bed. The faces of those who had disappeared. Watching him silently. Waiting. The king stopped sleeping peacefully. His eyes became swollen with fear. He surrounded himself with charms, herbs, and spiritual objects, yet nothing gave him peace. Then during another stormy night, the blind dibia returned. This time, his voice sounded troubled. "The spirits are no longer satisfied," he warned. The king's hands trembled. "What do they want now?" The dibia looked toward him slowly. "They demand royal blood." Silence filled the room. For the first time, true madness entered the king's eyes. That night, he walked through his palace unable to think clearly. Fear completely consumed him. And before sunrise, one of the king's royal relatives mysteriously disappeared. The palace claimed enemies had attacked him during a journey. But the villagers already knew the truth. The king had sacrificed his own blood. From that moment, darkness seemed to fall upon Umoji itself. The rain stopped. Crops began dying. Strange cries echoed from the sacred forest every midnight. The people believed the ancestors had cursed the land. Then one market day, a brave warrior named Obifuna stood before the villagers. "We cannot continue living under a king who feeds on his own people," he declared. Fear swept through the crowd. But this time, the people were tired. Tired of fear. Tired of disappearances. Tired of death. One by one, elders and warriors joined Obifuna. That same night, the villagers surrounded the king's palace. Inside his ritual chamber, King Madukwi sat trembling among charms, skulls, and burning herbs. Suddenly, the lantern flames went out. Cold wind filled the room. And the shadows appeared. The spirits of the dead. The king screamed and grabbed his charms desperately. I fed you, he shouted. I gave you souls. But the spirits continued moving toward him silently. Then a deep voice echoed through the darkness. No man escapes death. The walls of the chamber shook violently. The king screamed one final time as darkness swallowed the room completely. When the villagers finally broke into the chamber at sunrise, the king was gone. Only his crown remained on the floor. Until today, elders in some parts of Ola Igbo still warn people about King Madukwi, the ruler who feared death so much that he became worse than death itself. Because sometimes, the more a man tries to escape death, the closer he brings it to himself.